leadership, public health, and higher education. A theory we learned this year was the path goal theory. This explains how leaders help their followers achieve their goals. This is done by selecting the best suited behaviors for the followers' needs. That leads to an increase in the followers' expectations. So as you can see in figure 6.1, the followers are on a path, and once they hit obstacles, it's the leader's choice to know what they can do to help their follower continue on the path to achieve their goal. The next approach is a trait approach. This is where traits are studied to determine what makes certain people great leaders. The great man theory is focused on identifying the natural qualities and characteristics possessed by social, political, and military leaders. These are some examples of major leadership traits. The skills approach. This focuses on its emphasis on the skills and abilities that are learned and developed. It suggests that knowledge and abilities are needed for an effective leadership. As explained in the textbook, conceptual skills is most important at the top of management levels. When upper level managers do not have strong conceptual skills, they jeopardize their whole organization. The next approach is the behavioral approach. This focuses on what leaders do and how they act. The two kinds of behaviors are task behaviors and relationship behaviors. Task behaviors help group members achieve their objectives, where relationship behaviors help the followers get comfortable with themselves and each other. Why is an understanding of higher education important? As mentioned in class all semester, having a higher education gives you a critical thinking ability. Higher education explores issues in business, the environment, and politics. As an issue with higher education, campus sexual assault is very important, as is one of its topics. 15% of women were sexually assaulted their first year of college, and that is a known statistic. The use of drugs and alcohol, which can influence this, in higher education causes students to feel peer pressured and go out of their comfort zone, try things and do things that they're not comfortable with, and this can lead to sexual assault. This is very important to understand because it teaches complex subjects and allows people to make choices that some people have trouble making. Students that are educated and have the resources that are available to them is extremely important. Why is an understanding of public health important? Public health helps detect issues as early as possible. Some examples of public health include climate change, incarceration, war, sustainable food choices, antimicrobial resistance, and zoonotic diseases. Incarceration is the state of being in prison. This affects many aspects of an individual's life, such as mental health and psychosocial development. As mentioned in class, a solution to this could be providing individuals with help to make better decisions rather than just placing them right in jail. This would provide them with a better opportunity if they made a mistake. So, an example from my personal life, from something that we've talked about this semester, was, I would say, abusive or a bad boss, a leader. So my first job was a golf caddy at the age of 15, and my boss wasn't really an abusive leader, but he just did not know how to treat us kids who worked for him. He treated us like garbage and would make us sit in the back of the caddy shack or on garbage cans and in the rain and miserable weather while he sat inside with other people that were nice and comfortable. He didn't care what happened to us if he left or not. He would curse at some workers and even get mad at kids and slam stuff. But once a member walked by, he'd put a smile on his face. And then he did have his days where he did not portray any of these behaviors, but he was just horrible as a boss. He was not a great leader. The next year he was fired, and the next leader that came to us was the best boss I've ever worked for so far. So a personal mission statement that I continue to look at every day and just think in my head is to constantly strive and become the best version of myself mentally and physically. It is my mission to live my life with positivity and keep moving forward. And I live a lot of my days by this quote: if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. Thank you.